I am Apollo. I'm from Bay City, Michigan. Artist from Bay City, Michigan. Experimental artist, I would say.
Thinking about you lately. Ooh, babe, you drive me crazy. I look fucking way too much as you, I'm craving. But it makes me
My dad was in multiple different bands since he was in his late teens. He got to play with like Aerosmith and like open for big names and stuff like that. And then he got into like really doing it, toured across America and stuff. And then he started DJing. I eventually became a DJ at the age of 12, going to bars and stuff. My mom was an opera singer, trained by my aunt who was on Broadway often. I got uncles that did stuff for, I don't want to say NBC, but it was one of those like news things. They did like orchestras and stuff like that. Getting into it was relatively simple. It was just constantly around me. I learned guitar when I was 8 years old. My grandpa taught me basic chords, and then when I was about 12 years old, my dad taught me like power chords. From there, it was just like rock music, blues, and stuff. And then hip hop was always around me, but I never thought of myself as being a hip hop artist, especially being that young. It didn't really kick in until I was like 15. I made my first song, and it was called the Dolphin Song, and it became popular at my high school out in Sebring. And then I think I was about 16, 17 years old. I found Latasia scrolling through Facebook, and she was talking about artists and stuff. I was like, I can make music. So I made my first what you'd call a hip hop song or whatever, first like official song. I think we called it Trippy. But that came out in 2015. So yeah, from there is really where it stemmed. It didn't become like a what it is now, where it's like all of this, going performing and doing shows and stuff like that, until December of 2018 is really when that kicked off, when I made the Color mixtape. And if you heard that mixtape, I produced the whole entire thing, so it really inspired me to keep going, and now I'm where I'm at now. So kind of like wherever, really, wherever I would feel I would fit in. I wouldn't go to like a predominantly rap venue, just because I'm not predominantly rap. Not that I am a rapper. I don't even know what I would call myself, honestly, in the artist world. That's how much I I feel like my music is a lot different than what you would hear like mainstream wise. Like if you think of Post Malone, he's got multiple different stuff like that. So I don't know. Where I really feel like I belong is like your basic hip hop pop shows, R&B venues and stuff like that. I've done shows here and there, nothing yet that really excited me. Besides Chicago, that was actually pretty cool. Strip club in Chicago. Tay gave me a stack of money to throw at her when I was up there. She's on a pole, and I was like, what? It was pretty funny. Hamilton was pretty fun. I haven't performed at Hamilton since probably like 2 years ago, but or no, that's a lie. I did do one, not recently, but not anywhere near 2 years ago. But Crown Pub, that one was alright. But it's just the hard part about locally here in Bay City is there's not that many people that want to be there. They're like, oh, local artists, you know what I mean? But I don't know. So locally, I'd probably say Crown. I want to say 7 songs that I'm working on. Like, what is there? There's Ease Your Pain, Bitter Soul. It's hard to think off the top of my head, but I started writing this other one recently That one is if you heard it, you might like actually like it's like really funny. I had a really bad hangover like last week, and I had found this instrumental the day before, I think it was, and it was a friend of ours going away party. He's in the military, and we were getting all the trash and stuff, and then the next day I'm like, I'm driving to work, and I literally wrote like a major portion of the song on the way to work. So yeah, there's about seven or so songs, plus this one that is behind me right now, but this is just kind of like a concept right now. I do want to do something to it, but we'll see. I have collabed with locally, I think just 2 artists, but it was only on the one song, and it's not, you wouldn't find it on anywhere else but SoundCloud. It was back before the Color mixtape came out. I'd say about 3 years now, and it was out in Saginaw. We were just out of Super Ron is one of the artists on there. In his basement, his kids running around upstairs. It was a really cool experience as like an artist to like go from something like that up to where you are now. But yeah, Super Ron, PJ Washington are on that same song. It's Your Shows, that's what it's called. But no artists locally around Bay City. I think the only other 2 collaborations I've done was on Fly Me to the Moon with Eon Zero, and he's doing pretty good with his music. And then K Rose out of Detroit, she's doing really good too. There was another one with Angela Rose, but I didn't really like the production behind it, so I kind of held off on it. I still got it on me in the computer, but kind of waiting. I was wondering too if I shouldn't just drop an album or if I should just keep dropping singles, but you never know with stuff like that. It's just like a last moment thing. It would be cool to like maybe collab with like Jeff Skies one day. I've been following Jeff Skies, Ace Cabana, and Kevin Clouds for the past 2 years, I would say, and they just started like really getting it out there, especially with YNJ and Louis Ray with that song, Making It and stuff. So I would definitely one day hope to make something with one of those guys. Jeff is very creative, so is Ace. Not saying that Kevin's not, but their music's a little different than Kevin's is. And then 29 out of Mount Pleasant. His real name's Kenny. He's got some, I heard some of his unreleased when I was at his house last weekend on Sunday, and that dude's cooking up some stuff, like stuff that your mind probably like you wouldn't even like. It's like you know when you hear a song for the first time and it's like, oh shit, and like that feeling of just like, damn, that's gonna be a song. It was that, and I was like, damn, just to be in a room with somebody that can do something like that is really cool. It'd be like an honor to work with artists that can do stuff like that, you know. I've never went to a studio yet. I've always produced my own stuff. If I could have told myself like, go ahead and spend that extra bit to go to the studio, not to say like my production's bad in any way, like it turned out good, but when you go to a studio and they really like you and stuff like that, they can help back you, and you have more of a team and stuff. And if I would have known that at a younger age, especially being 17, 18, starting to dabble into what I'm doing now, if I would have known that by then, when I was that young, maybe I could have been somewhere else by now. But also, you don't want to contradict stuff like that, because maybe there's something in life that you're missing or whatever, like something that you need to learn, and you're where you are now because of that extra bit of knowledge. But if I had any like advice for them, just keep to yourself as often as you can. Don't like leak shit, and you gotta promote your music the right way. Don't trust bad sources. Don't pay for views, stuff like that. Being shady, just wanting to look like you're at the top and really you're putting out some whack ass shit. Focus on your art, make sure that it's good. If you feel like nobody else is gonna like it, fuck it, just upload it. It's what you like. It's not anybody else's art, it's your art, and you never know if they're gonna love it as much as you do. You're an influence. If you caught on with your music's that good, you caught on, you're an influencer. You're influencing people, young kids, you're influencing everybody. There's tons of people that listen to music every day, and you got different lyrics coming out, some weird shit. Not to say that, not to like push you away from doing some stupid, funny shit, whatever, but I don't know. You become a teacher almost with music. It's like either you're the teacher and the music's the book, or you're the book and the music's the teacher. And you gotta really pay attention to that. Maybe if you have that idea as an artist, like you can teach with it. If you put a little bit more time into your lyrics and how you word things and stuff, you can really prove what you're trying to say as an artist. You can change people's lives like completely just by them listening to something. I know I've had listened to music before and been like, oh shit, I rethink my life type stuff. Writing is probably the most standout thing of the process, and kind of figuring out how I'm gonna write or what it's gonna make me feel. I tend to, if I make a beat or buy one, it doesn't really matter. It's the same kind of concept as far as writing goes, but I'll listen to it, and even if I'm having a really good day or my relationship's really good or something, I could write about the complete opposite of that, like how it feels to be not loved or left out or wanting to end your life or something, because I've been through all of that, and I don't know, I feel like I can take my life experiences and just use that to my advantage. I've always had A's in English class, so I tend to use my knowledge and just English in general and using it for good lyricism. But typically I'll start listening to my instrumental, and I close my eyes and I can feel whatever it's making me feel. Not that there's any lyrics or anything, it just makes me feel something. And typically it's weird to say, but I can see a color from it. And you know how colors like blue, that could be a sad mood, purple could be like a wanna go out type mood, something like that. I see colors in it, which is also why I've made the song Color, and that mixtape was what it was. It was kind of derived from the idea that I see colors and I feel whatever that song's making me feel, and then I tend to write to that. I like to focus on my syllables and how things are pronounced, because you can't always rhyme things together. I like to rhyme as often as I can, but you don't always have to. But when I do tend to rhyme, how you pronounce it's really huge, because you can say one thing and it not sound anything like the other, but if you say it this way, it's not too far off and it does rhyme with it. Finding a beat is typically just me scrolling through wherever I'm getting my leases from until I hear something that really stands out. Or in this case, where I'm making something, I'll download sample packs or whatever. Creative process, everybody's different. Just find what you're used to. Even if you're used to it and you want to try something different, do it. I don't know, you don't always have to stay in a box. As an artist, that's probably the worst thing to do, is stay in a box. You always gotta test yourself, push yourself. Never find your limit. Basically, just always maneuver around that.
got the time, this is shit I don't waste. Come and make yourself comfortable, sit on my face. And I worry about birth, the person took that away. Treat me like I'm your peasant, is that okay? But honestly, it's the odyssey.